to be, or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and, by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks the flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, it must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his Cratius make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, without the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller's returns puzzles the will and makes us rather bear to those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and this native hue of resolution is sickled over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment with disregard their currents turn awire and lose the name of action. Soft you now, fair Ophelia, nymph in thy oar, since be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well.
My lord, I have remembrance of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor, which when givers prove unkind. My lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means of your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Couldn't beauty, my lord, have better commerce than my honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will soonly transform honesty from what it is to a bawd. Then the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was some time a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I do love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery! Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We are arrant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, and that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heaven.
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee the plague of thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Farewell. Or, if thou wilt need marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings too, well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig and angle, and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to. I'll have no more on it. It hath made me mad. Say, we will have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To nunnery, go! Farewell.
Oh, what a noble mind, its here overthrown, the courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eyes, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down, and I, of ladies most digest and wretched, that sucked the honey of his musket vows, now see that noble and most Sovian reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of time and harsh, that unmatched form and statue of flown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to see what I have seen, see what I see.
Love, his affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul over which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt that hatch that disclose will be some danger, for which to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England for the demand of our neglected tribute, haply the seas and countries different with variable objects, shall expel this something settled manner in his heart, whereon his brains still beating puts him on this fashion from himself. What think you on't?
It shall do well, but yet do I believe the origin and comments of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him. To show his grief, let her be round with him, and I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she finds him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.